Hello everyone. It's me, Angie, coming on to do a video with you guys. I am really excited to do this video with you guys. I have found a way to make vellum paper. I don't know if you guys are familiar or know this technique, but I have been researching and looking on Pinterest and just different things and different ways, and I found a tutorial of someone making this, and I had to give it a try, and this is a serious game changer, guys. It's awesome. I worked on it last night just to make sure before I came on with you guys, and these are some pieces that I did. I'm going to quickly show you those, and then we'll get started on some more. This is just regular digital prints that I did, and as you can see, look at that, beautiful pieces. And you can see through it. Look at that. You can see that it's definitely a vellum type paper. Okay, look at that one. Just regular digital print. Isn't that pretty? I did some music note sheet paper. I just tore it and did some small pieces. Look, you can see the writing on both sides. Look at that. This one here is a little bit thicker paper. It worked as well. As you can see, you can still see behind it. Look at that. I don't know if you can see in the light. Look at that. You can see my hand back there. Another piece of music page. This is just another random digital. As you can see there. Look at this one. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? Oh my gosh. Beautiful. I tried a thinner piece of receipt paper. You know, the receipt. It's a little bit thinner, but it strengthened it. And look at that. Beautiful. And then I just did the bigger pieces of music note page. Then I tried book page, and as you can see, that worked well. You can see the writing behind. Worked really well. Now, I don't know how well you can see the discoloration a little bit around the edges, and I'll show you that was a little bit too much heat, I believe. But actually, I kind of like that. It kind of adds to the look of the paper. It kind of makes it look a little bit more vintage. But you definitely want to be careful with that, and I'll show you how that's done. Okay, so let's get started. I am really excited. So, very simple technique. All you have to do, find you a surface of what you want to work on, and my surface that I'm using is just a glass mat. It does get a little bit messy. So you don't want to use anything that you're going to regret using and ruin your surface. So be careful with choosing, because we're working with oil, okay? And it gets very greasy. So all you need is your surface that you're going to work on, some cooking oil, just regular old vegetable oil, and that's what I have there. And then the pieces that you're going to treat, okay? I'm choosing some cotton balls. I find that works really well with absorbing. And then I've also got a few paper towels here. Okay, so let's get started. Now, all you have to do, now this one I thought I'd give, this is actually cardstock. This is a little bit thicker. I don't know how well this is going to work, so I thought we'd try one of those. Okay, and it's just digital printed on cardstock. All you have to do, like I said, I'm using it. My choice is a cotton ball. And you just dab it in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use half and half. I'm going to try and treat my papers on the top half and use the bottom half to clean away. So basically all you're going to do is you're just going to rub the cooking oil on the top surface of your paper. Okay, don't be too liberal with it, but you definitely want to get a good coat on it. Okay, then once you think you got that covered, you flip it over and see how you can see where the oil has absorbed into some parts. So just make sure you come back through and it gets covered completely. Don't oversaturate it, because that just is going to take it longer to dry. But once you think you got an even coat on it, there you go. Okay, then I'm going to come down to this half of my mat and I'm going to wipe it away. Okay, and I'm just going to use light motion and kind of a circular motion, and I'm just going to try and remove the excess oil from the paper. Okay, And just for time's sake, what I did last night was I dried it with my heat gun, and that's where I got the discoloration on this one. I think I used the heat a little bit too long in that space, and I kind of burnt the page a little bit. So you definitely want to control your oil absorption as well as your heat if you're going to use heat. But what I saw is they just cleaned it off really good, and they let it sit overnight for about 24 hours and let it dry naturally. But I'm tried my heat gun. Okay, so once you think you've got it, okay, and that's how it looks. And you can see the kind of change. But this is pretty thick paper. I don't know, maybe we should go over it a little bit more. And put one more coat on it. Doesn't hurt, won't hurt, I guess. Come back over here, and we're just gonna lightly, and you don't want to tear your paper. You want to be gentle with your paper. So we'll come back over to the other side, and we'll give it a wipe. Okay, and there we go. Once we think we've got the excess oil absorbed and removed off of the paper, then we're just going to take your heat gun and lightly, like I said, use controlled heat. And excuse the noise for this, but we're on a time crunch here. And you're just going to carefully give it a quick dry on one side. And you will see as you're drying it, it gets like a sheen to it. So we're just going to do about 30-second dry, a little bit on each side. I think that's enough. Like I said, you want to definitely use controlled heat. And once it's completely dry, I think it is. And let me test it. I'm going to wipe all the oil off of my fingers. And it's dry. Look at that. No oil. Yeah, not quite vellum on that one. It is a little thick, but you can see the transparency a little bit. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. So it even works on cardstock. So fantastic. So let's do, and these are just regular copy paper on these ones. So let's do these ones. I just got some random pieces that I thought I'd try. And like I said, don't oversaturate it, especially with this copy paper. It is very thin. So you just do a light swipe. And I did notice on my book page when I went over it with the oil, I did try this one. Where is it? This one here, this receipt paper, I had it coffee dyed. I coffee dyed this, and when I put the oil, it did remove the coffee stain. So keep that in mind if you do anything that has been coffee dyed or probably tea dyed or onion dyed, any of those. If you do this technique, it will probably remove that color from your paper. But whatever image that's on there, it should leave that, because I didn't have any problem with anything else. Okay, so now that we're done with that, let's start with a fresh surface here. And let's try and remove that excess oil. I'm telling you, I am so hyped about this. I don't know if I will buy any more vellum paper now that I know this technique. And the awesome thing about this technique is you can use any print. I mean, when we go out and buy vellum paper, yes, there's some very beautiful images and choices that we have to choose from. But with doing this technique ourselves, we have a choice to use any specific image that we want. Okay, if it's book page, then it's book page. If it's, you know, a digital that we love and we want it in a vellum piece, we have that option and that choice. Okay, so I think I got excess oil removed on these. Now let's give it a quick dry. And I'm just going to go about 30 seconds and I'm just going to go back and forth. So excuse the noise for a moment, guys. And be careful not to burn your fingers. I'm kind of hurrying here. So use controlled heat. I think that's good. Okay, let's just give it a little swipe. Oops, and be careful not to just do what I just did and crinkle your paper. But I think it's dry. I think it's just picking up excess oil from my glass mat, so I'm just trying to wipe that away. Okay, look at that. Yeah, it's dry. But you can still, you know, if you feel a little bit excess oil, just let it sit out for a few hours and finish drying. But look at that, beautiful. Look at that. Let me put that behind there. We got vellum paper, guys. We have got vellum paper. I love this. Oh my gosh, I am hyped. Look at that. Look at that. You can see right through it. Look at that. We've got vellum paper, guys. All it takes is cooking oil. And if you want to let it dry naturally overnight for, you know, 24 hours, that may be best. I don't know. But drying it with a heat gun, as long as you're using controlled heat, you're good. And I thought I would just try a whole big piece of paper. So I just had a digital here. And I just thought I'd try a whole sheet. So we're going to do that if we have enough time. And that'll be our last one for today. But I just wanted to get on here and show you guys this awesome technique. And hopefully you'll give it a try. And give me a like and a comment below. Tell me what you think. Maybe you've already tried this technique. Maybe I'm late into the game on this, but I am in love. And like I said, the awesome thing about this, is we can choose exactly what papers we want to use for this. And I think I might have been a little heavy on this one. I am just stoked here if you can't tell. But this is awesome. Okay, so let's gently wipe away the excess. Let me move this out of the way before I spill it. Get a fresh towel since this is a big piece, and I am first gonna remove the excess oil off of my mat a little bit. Okay, and then we'll clean off this side, and you can already see it changing even before it gets dry. Wow, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Okay, guys. Let's give it a little quick dry. And we're done with this one. I'm gonna just one more time wipe off the excess off of my mat. Okay, let's give it, excuse the noise again, we're gonna give it a quick dry. Flip it over. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And before I use this, I will let it sit out for a few hours. Probably I won't even use it until tomorrow. But I think it's dry. I'll just give it a little last rub here. Oops, see, and I keep doing that. Just moving too fast. Look at that, guys. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I am beyond in love. Look at that. You've got yourself vellum paper, guys. Vellum paper. Fantastic. Move my mat out of the way. All it needs is some cooking oil, paper towels, or cotton balls, guys. So here's the pieces that we did together. This is the one that's on cardstock, and you can definitely see even through that. It's not quite as much, but you can definitely see. It's definitely made a change in the paper. Okay, look at that. Look at that. I am hyped, guys. And here's the other ones that we did together, the different papers. I used book page. Again, use controlled heat, or you're going to end up with something a little like that. But honestly, I don't mind that look. It just makes it look more aged. I still love it. I think the book page is kind of my favorite. Again, here's just some random printables. They're completely dry. They set overnight. It's a music page. Look at that. Receipt paper. Again, it will just take away the color if you've coffee stained or tea stained your page, but keep that in mind. Look at that. How beautiful. How beautiful. I'm really in love with that. I can't wait to use that as a pocket and put a pretty tag behind that or something. That would be fantastic. I can't wait to use those pieces. Okay. So there we go, guys. Vellum paper. Serious game changer. Give it a try. Have some fun with it. And thank you very much for sharing your time with me today. God bless. Bye-bye.